Welcome to week 2 of the Elestriad, where POWDR, representing Zeus and the Thunder Pantheon, takes on JadeJonny, also representing Zeus and the Thunder Pantheon. These two casters are 0-1 coming into week 2, and they're looking to pick up their first win. As always, be sure to show some love and hit that like button down below, and subscribe to the channel if you guys are new. You can check out their full deck breakdowns in the description as well, as both these casters built their decks and added the Fire starter deck as well. So we've got a pretty epic mirror match here in week 2. And don't forget, you can grab your own starter decks at shopelestrals.com. Grab them while our Kickstarter supplies are still available. One thing to note about this matchup is JadeJonny is bringing an interesting package of different Elestral elements. He's got some Sorlets, he's got some Necrufs, he's got some Warmites, whereas POWDR is going to be bringing primarily Thunder, does have a Warmite splashed in as well, but is really relying heavily on Thunder and hoping to get his Voltempest out to the field. Without further ado, let's find out how this clash is going to go. Oh, and let me know in the comment section below who you think's going to win real quick. All right, here we go. We've got JadeJonny kicking things off. Looking like he's gonna throw down his Sparkit. Sparkit was a standout from JadeJonny's week 1 loss against Disencoder, performing a pretty incredible Nexus right out the gates, and it looks like he's gonna do it again, the second Nexus this season from Sparkit, and this is the dreadful turn 1 hand opener here. Sparkit plus Zeus on turn 1 allows you to look at your opponent's hand and take any of those cards and rip them away, and JadeJonny has a very clear path here to pulling an Earthquake, but he's gonna grab the Elechick actually, trying to prevent POWDR from being able to search out his own Zeus in response. So Johnny hits his Zeus down, he gets his Sparkit, he's in a really powerful position. POWDR still has not sleeved his Spirit deck. We gotta tell him about that, but he's gonna get this cast kicked off with a Astrabbit. This clash kicked off with an Astrabbit, allowing him to search the top 3 cards, or look at the top 3 cards of his deck rather, and add 1 to his hand. He does have that Earthquake, so he has an opportunity to clear the Sparkit here. If I'm him, I'm definitely clearing the Sparkit. If it's me, I think you gotta get rid of this thing. It's sitting there at 2, and if it starts to continue to pick off your hand, you're gonna be in a really bad position if you're POWDR. But he may want to save it for a bigger threat later on. Sparkit can hit over the Astrabbit with the help of Zeus. Looks like he's just gonna pass. JadeJonny gonna be able to draw, and he's digging right to his Spirit deck right away to go for another cast, and it's going to be Sparkit again. He has double Sparkits on the field. He can pass it back and forth, and Sparkit is racking up the Nexuses early this season. He's going to be able to pick off the Boombat or the Sparkit himself, as at least POWDR did set that Earthquake face down in the previous turn, but the double Nexus here, that's going to be, oh my gosh, he's going to get the double Nexus off. That's going to be the 4th Nexus from Sparkit, and we're only in week 2. I mean, this is pretty insane, and POWDR's hand is just getting demolished, as now JadeJonny is going to be able to utilize his Zeus if he wants and try to hit over that Astrabbit, and he knows that there's no threat face down, and it seems as though we're going to see 2 Fire Spirits and a Nectar of the Gods. Going to draw 2 cards here and continue to build on his early game momentum. Sparkit, one of the most oppressive Elestrals, especially on the first turn of the game. If you can pair it with a Zeus, it is devastating, and it looks like he is going to indeed use a Spirit on the field to disenchant from that Zeus, target down that Astrabbit, drop its defense stat, and now he's going to be able to hit directly with Sparkit to deal some damage to POWDR. And Johnny has used quite a few Spirits. He's got a lot of Spirits on field, but POWDR is in a tough situation here as he's facing down 2 Sparkits, which can rip off his hand very, very quickly, and we see some face down runes from Johnny's end. So POWDR gonna pick up a Zaptor here. He's gonna go out with Toxion and burn for 1. Toxion, a very reliable ally of Zeus and the Thunder Pantheon, as it's able to hit directly every time it receives a Thunder Spirit, one of the key pieces that Thunder utilizes in their decks. And now we see the Earthquake. So unfortunately, I think playing that Earthquake the prior turn might have been the more optimal play, while the Sparkit had more Spirits on it. But in this context, I can understand that, you know, it just makes sense. Let's just clear it off the field now, and let's do a quick listen in.
So Sparkit has 4, I have 4, right? If I attack it, do both destroy or nothing happens?
Both will be destroyed.
Okay, so I'm gonna make that play. I'm gonna make the, I don't know if that puts me in a worse position or a better position, but I'm gonna make the play.
I'm gonna Gorgon's Gaze it to negate its attack.
Oh my god. Okay. fine.
I will use 2 Earth Spirits to negate these.
So very interesting play there. We're starting to see the counter runes show up here in the Elestriad as Johnny responds with Gorgon's Gaze, which can pretty much be the no button in Elestrals, right? It shuts down a lot of different things and prevents them from being able to do what they want to do. So in this context, the Toxion's able to just sit there and it can't attack. So it's not going to be able to crash into the Sparkit. And then Johnny's going to be able to use another Nexus from Sparkit to pick off that Galvenom from its hand. Here comes Nekruff to the field. Nekruff made a big showing for some other casters in week 1. The addition from the Firestarter deck, adding to Johnny's arsenal and allowing him to deal an extra hit of spirit damage from the destruction of the Toxion, and then Sparkit's able to hit directly. And now we see Powder just losing spirits left and right. He's down to just 12 at this point in the clash, and we know he only has a Galvenom in his hand. This is looking very bad for Powder, and this is one of the reasons why Sparkit is so disliked right now in the Elestrals metagame, if we're just being honest. That opening put Powder on the back foot, prevented him from getting his Elechick out. This could have been a very different game on that turn 1. If he gets Elechick plus Zeus, he has the Earthquake, he can pop the Sparkit or save the Earthquake for later. There's some really cool things he could have done there, but instead now he is vying to try to claw back. I don't even think he has an Elestral in his hand. We know he has the Galvenom. It might not be enough to be able to do anything. He had a Boom Bat at one point. That got picked off. He's not going to be able to really use this Zeus for anything. Sparkit's going to pull anything from his hand. This is looking very, very bad if you're Powder. I think one thing you could potentially try to do is an expend to draw here. A lot of people don't know, but you can forego your normal cast to expend a spirit instead of casting or enchanting an existing Elestral, and you can actually draw an extra card that turn. So that's something you can do in this situation, maybe get a counter rune like a Tsunami or something to pull yourself back in the game. But let's listen in and see what they're talking about.
This one from Zeus onto Jolton. Yep, Galvenom. And I will attack with Jolton for 2, Sparkit for 2, and Nekruff for 1. So you'll take a total of 5.
Bruh.
I'm so sorry.
Bruh.
I think
My turn?
Yes. I think this is honestly a difference of hands. I really think that's where this came up. Was
No, it was a difference.
I think Johnny's spot on there. When you get that opener, Sparkit Zeus, it is devastating. And I think this match is a clash is a really good argument for a best of 3. I did see some comments from you guys asking why we didn't do a best of 3 for the Elestriad, and it really just comes down to we wanted to respect the creators' time. All of the creators in this event are volunteering their time to be a part of this incredible tournament, and we wanted to try to keep it as simple as possible for them, so that way they didn't have to commit 5 hours a week to anything like this. So let's listen in for the final moments of the game.
Let's do it. Wait, so Zeus, right? Expend 1 from Zeus.
disenchant from Zeus, and then you'll get the target in Elestral I control and drop its stats by 3.
Yeah, get rid of Sparkit. Alright, just get rid of Sparkit. Oh my god. Come on, dude.
That's why I told you I do have a face down.
Don't be nice to me. Oh my god.
Shield of Achilles?
This was, oh my god. All right, well there goes that. So
and that's a pretty rough scenario there for Powder. He gets Shield of Achilles back to the hand with the Riceros, trying to make any sort of a last push, and Johnny's gonna win this one decisively. I mean, this was a bit of a steamroll, let's be honest here, and it all started on that first turn. Getting that Sparkit out there, being able to just cause that kind of disruption towards the hand of Powder, made it so he really didn't have a chance to kind of climb back in this one. Congratulations to JadeJonny for winning here in week 2. He's going to be moving to 1-1 on the back of his Sparkit, which now leads the league in Nexuses. Incredible showing from Sparkit, and of course, representing Zeus. Zeus is very happy that JadeJonny won, but a little disappointed in Powder's performance. Make sure you guys stay tuned for the rest of the matches this week. Like, subscribe, and check out our shop at shopelestrals.com. That's going to be it for me, guys. I'll see you guys next time.